Hello, and welcome back to the City Beneath. We have made it to Estengard, one of the port cities of Glothared. It is as bustling as everything else on the continent. Once, Beethro would have been very impressed, but now, well, let's just say that if bustling was a contest, then Glothared would take a distant, though respectable second to the brooded empire. Still, this was one of the busiest places on the surface, a distribution point for ships, trade goods, and information. If there is anyone who is capable of mobilizing the surface against the Empire and the DAA, this would be a good place to find that person.
Smells like Glothared. Actually, it smells worse than Glothared. Whatever is in those barrels, it's foul.
Danger, Estengard Waste Disposal Facility, operated by DAA and licensed by DROD. Okay, can't go in those directions, we can only follow the road. You people don't have anything to say? No?
What do you want with Chief Drakendud?
There's bad business brewing that he's gotta know about.
The Chief is currently making plans with his council.
Well, we will, just go ahead anyway.
So, what you want? I hope my man out front mentioned I'm more than a little busy.
I'm Beethro Budkin, Smite Master.
Oh no.
I just came from beneath. The Rooted Empire is starting up a war. A war with you, a war with everybody. They got the DAA working for them.
Say what? Hell, you come barging in here shouting about some empire and expect a man to take you serious.
I got no problem explaining it better. The gist is that the DAA is setting up some kind of takeover right beneath your feet.
Now hold on. I've had no troubles with the DAA, and I can't make time for every nut job comes in here with a conspiracy theory. I'm a fair-minded man, so I tell you what, I got supply boats cut off from us on an island north of here. Those gribbing Rasarus pirates have got me all mixed up. Take care of them for me, and I'll be more inclined to swallow your story.
Look, I'm warning you for your own good. I'm not trying to bribe you to do something for me.
Son, there's a pile of people whispered in my ears. It's hard to keep truth and lies straight. When somebody's helped me in the past, that counts for something. I invite you, sir, to establish a history of goodwill with me. Now you can go take care of those pirates. Otherwise, I don't want to see your ugly face here again.
Well. This appears to be a problem.
What do you want?
Okay, let's not murder everybody.
What you want? I hope my man out front mentioned I'm more than a little busy.
I'm Beethro Budkin, Smite Master.
Alright. Well, that's a secret.
Kebabs! Kebabs! Kebabs!
Apparently you can just kill everybody here. I'm used to them being invulnerable to swords.
Kebabs! 100% pure roach meat! Kebabs! Kebabs!
And we can kill these people. Citizens should be immune to death anyway. Okay, well, we found the secret. Well, not immune to death, immune to swords.
Chief said for you to take me to the Pirates Island.
Why didn't you say so? Up aboard!
To the Rasarus Archipelago. There are those who have a taste for adventure, but do not like confined spaces, or perhaps are afraid of the dark. Those people might be happy in Rasarus, an untamed frozen land full of dangers, both natural and man-made, from the icy wind to the pirates. Beethro, however, disembarking from the raft which carried him to and from the ship and through the treacherous ice floes, was of the opinion that no one could be happy in Rasarus. Certainly he wasn't, and perhaps he was right in his opinion after all.
This is as far as we go. You'll have to go the rest of the way on foot!
What's this stuff?
The pirates have started using it recently. We think it's related to a dead goblin we found on one of the islands here.
Dead goblin?
Yeah, he died from mysterious hook wounds. Return when you're done and I'll take you back.
Well, the forensics in this place is pretty decent if they can identify something as a hook wound. I guess it would be rather distinctive. Right, so, gel. We've previously found two different types of tar stuff. We found mud that can be cut on these corners. We found tar, which can be cut on these sides. Then we have gel, which can only be cut on an inside corner. This stuff is a little bit difficult to wrap your head around. Definitely the hardest of the three tar stuffs to find the cuttability of. And also, unlike tar and mud, we can see that gel babies behave like golems or wubbas, where they don't slide along surfaces. Can I get away with this? Yeah. If this was the last thing I cut, this would come up and I would die. So let's not cut this one last. I guess I didn't need to do that right away. So that tells me that this one is probably the last one I want to cut then, because there's no door. Kind of annoying because I can't get through it super efficiently. Okay, that toggles off the doors. And there we go. So, decent introduction to how gel works. Brain gel, as you can see, is a little bit weird as well. Might as well start from that entrance, since we do have to cut all of the gel here. So I guess this is just really reinforcing that that this stuff does affect tar gates. So one interesting thing about this stuff is you can just kind of cut through it, but you end up with some really weird shapes if you do that. Okay, not bad. Using a mimic, huh? Guess I'll start from here. So stuff will generally go towards me. Towards the bottom of the arena. So we probably want to start at the top. Okay, and this cutting method isn't going to work because that is uncuttable. Oops. So yeah, generally I found cutting gel works pretty well kind of just going along the sides. Okay, you know what? Let's actually just use this for leverage. And yeah, we'll get lined up. That's probably okay. This is fine. Normally it wouldn't be great. But because the Mimic won't get stabbed, it can safely do that. Okay, now we just have to get around. No, not quite done. But yeah, using gel babies as leverage, you don't want to kill them until you have to. We're a little bit... this might actually be easier if we're lined up. Yeah, that's way faster. Interesting fact about this room. Well, random fact about this room. This is the room, the first room I beat, I believe, since getting CaravelNet. I'm not entirely sure why I decided to get a CaravelNet account. But I did, at this point in my DROD journey. Yeah. Okay, well there's a secret here. Or at least there's a broken wall here. Not a secret, that is a very not secret room. Okay. Well, let's start up here. So this is thinking about cutability. We switch from gel to tar. This sort of thing would be incredibly difficult. If this was my first time seeing gel. But as it stands, I don't expect to have too much trouble here. Okay. Is this cuttable? Yes. So the tar stuff switch token is on a trapdoor. Again. Oops. Let's just demonstrate this because I keep thinking about it. I think you can go through like that. I don't recommend it if you're trying to clear. If you're not trying to clear, which is something that's kind of weird about this level, is that there are a lot of tar stuff gates. Generally, gel doesn't get used with the tar stuff gate that frequently in my experience. There are a lot of interesting things you can do with it. Fully clearing large amounts of gel is not particularly fun. Yes, probably fine. Yeah, that's completely fine as tar. This should be fully clearable. And I guess I've had a lot of practice with gel because I did Treacle Stew recently, which certainly nothing in this hold will compare to what I had to do in that one. Okay, so this is potentially an issue because that is only cuttable as mud if I do that. So we're going to do this. Leave that as tar. And yep, okay, that worked out. There might be multiple solutions to this. You can see, as tar, the babies do slide as we're used to. fact that gel babies get caught on things is actually, I would say, probably the most interesting thing about them. It just gives you a lot of options. Okay. Okay. So we clear this room because we have to clear it to drop the blue door. We have to drop the blue door in order to drop the black door. Okay. And of course, there are gel mothers. And we have to cut all of the gel again. That is uncuttable. So you can see we've got a little outcropping here, which we will never be able to cut. Which means that our initial cut must be here, unless our initial cut is supposed to be from the back, which is entirely possible. Because here... well, we haven't lost yet. Do a move like that to get them through. And yeah, another interesting property of gel is that the gel mother only grows gel that's connected to her, unlike tar or mud, which would grow all gel in the room. All of its tar stuff in the room. So yeah, they deliberately did some things with this differently just to change up how things work, which is nice. So we'll see if this works. I haven't really thought this ahead too far. That shape looks good to me though, as long as I don't do that. The problem with this is that while it's cuttable, there's no safe escape from there. So we'll start with one of the sides. That lets us get out. Okay. And with that done, we now have to get in here and use our body to block growth. And that lets us make headway in a 3-wide corridor like this. But if there is a gel mother, it's a point of weakness. We can always cut the mother. All right, pretty decent. Okay, that's a lot of gel babies. So the token is on a yellow door. That prevents me from toggling it with a decoy. So, we want to... well, this is uncuttable. We must start with something like this. To do that. And that. This will not quite let us through. This will also not let us through. The sword's in the way and I can't stab the sword. No. Okay. What can I do differently here? This is the same problem as the other way, so if I continue in this way... Let's not put the baby in that spot. Okay. Whoops. And now this should be... I was going to say straightforward, but I can't actually make that cut because we'll end up in that situation. That's cuttable as tar, though. As is that. Apparently this is just how things turned out here. Okay, I didn't mean to do a rotationally symmetric pattern, but that is what I got. Now, might have wanted to leave one of those decoys alive. Actually, I think we'll be fine. Because, as long as we do that, they'll get stuck. Because this isn't on a trapdoor, we can actually just reuse it. Okay. I guess that exists to explain how this guy was able to get in there. Ah. So this is, I guess, the first time we don't have to clear all of the gel? Is this actually the first room that doesn't have a tar stuff gate? Wow. I mean, we haven't solved the tar stuff gate yet on this one, but it is part of the puzzle. So this is the first one without a tar stuff gate. So we can just dive here. The problem with this sort of thing is, again, you can't make certain moves. Also, there are water skippers to deal with. Okay, so here, I can do that first, and I can do this. Okay, and that opens up the corner, which is really nice, because that means I can clear out the water skippers as I need to. Oops. Which I should probably do regularly, because they're going to cause me trouble if I don't. Okay. Alternatively, yeah, that's a problem on the bottom there. Okay, let's just deal with this nest. One down. Interesting choice just to have water skippers here. Okay, I did consider approaching this and dealing with it, but I've let the water skippers spill over. So I guess we're not taking that approach anymore. Which is a shame, because that would have been a lot faster. Oh well. As long as we get to the end of them. Guess we have to do that. Get rid of the gel. There we go. Water skippers have been dealt with. Give ourselves another exit. Yeah, this is just a basic combat room. An excuse to let people play around with gel. A nice thing about gel is as long as you're holding your sword orthogonally, you don't have to worry about cutting it on the way out of the room. Alright. And no gel here, aside from the replaced enemies. Oh right, there are. I can't just fight the water skippers. That would be far too convenient. Okay. In that case, let's go up this way. Didn't quite do that fast enough. There we go. Down. These tunnels are all too wide, which is nice. Yep, that's another one. Should let me do this safely. Let's just wait a turn. There we go. Don't really need to clear those out. Pretty amazing how quickly the water skippers add up, eh? Actually, let's just go down here. That'll let us drain out that entire section. Okay, can deal with those safely. Okay, that's not doable yet. Oh. Yeah. Let's deal with this one. This looks like an easy one to get to. Plus, then we get to drain. All of these. There we go. Which will help with this part, now that we've drained out that group. Okay, that's a nice one to get. Might be dead here. Yeah. Is there a way to salvage this? Do that. No, there were too many. Okay. Well, that's fine. We just have to clear this first. Alright, easy enough. Just have to have patience. And there we go. Not getting the best scores here, but I'm clearing things out reasonably efficiently in terms of real time, I suppose. Okay, well, we caught this loop, which we didn't have access to before. Unless these connect up here, which they do. That's nice. Hey, back to the tar stuff gates. And also another lesson in the 4-wide gel carving. Alright, so if we do these cuts, I believe it's bad, because that's never going to be cuttable. False. It's actually fine. It looks kind of bad, because you get those scary 3x3 squares forming. We might not be able to finish this way, though. Yeah, okay. That's a problem. And I don't think there's really a way around it. Yeah, that's a problem as well. And that's... okay, that was the thing I was worried about. So instead, let's start with a cut here. Which obviously means we have to do that. And now we end up with the same thing as before, except that this already has a notch out of it. An interesting thing about gel is that the way you cut it makes such a big difference. Whereas with tar and mud, it's kind of hard to... you can have a shape where, I guess with tar you can get yourself stuck as well, but I feel like maybe it's just because gel is harder to think about. You can end up with uncuttable tar stuff. Alright. And we even get to have our sword in a relatively friendly direction. Oh, what am I saying? That's not gonna be the end of it, though. Alright, so the 4-wide is a little bit better than the 3-wide because you can kind of be more efficient about things. As long as we don't do that. See, I don't need to wait for it to grow on each of these cycles. Okay, it didn't. Turn order didn't work out there. Well, if we do that, I'll be... Okay. So a lesson in gel mothers, and then... interesting. We have Briar. Briar, of course, cuts tar stuff. So then the question is, what do we want to do? Well, the Briar, if it grows to here, the briar grows to here, we can't get out of the room. We're dead at that point. So we need to clear this before the briar grows too far. The briar can finish some stuff off. It's a matter of whether it'll grow to here before it grows to here. I'll focus on the right side first. Also, the fact that you're not coming out means you're on an arrow. Okay. So we'll do the usual carve along an edge. Whoops, don't do that cut. That cut makes it a lot worse. I don't have to... Interesting. How are these arrows set up? I guess it's fine. It looked like that was going to be bad, leaving the gel like that. But in the end, it worked out. Mostly what we're interested in is that corner right there. Now, the question is, how much of this do I need to do on the other side? I might have lost because I need to make this cut in order to make more of this cuttable. If that's true, if I just wait here, what happens? Does it get down far enough? I think so. The problem is... well, there's two problems. Okay. So that was very educational. So these two are a problem, but also the briar doesn't grow against the force arrow, so it's going to take more time. Okay. So we kind of want to do the same thing I did, but we'll just do a little cut there to give ourselves a lot more time. It's just one. It's just one route. So it should be pretty quick. I mean, we should have a lot of time. Doing that one little cut gives us so much more time. Kill those. Still have time to get in there. Oh, not that much, actually. Okay, but we know it's going to clear out the one side, so we just have to clear out all the ones on the bottom. Also, I left 2 on the right side, apparently. Okay. That should be good. Okay. And one more growth cycle should do it. It's clear, so the briar is no longer growing. Okay. I do see a secret here. Just came back to look, and sure enough, Iceworks is a tricky style to spot them in sometimes. More briar? More briar. This looks more like a puzzle, though, which is nice. Okay, so actual puzzle involving gel. That's too complicated. We'll make it a secret room, I guess. We do have 3 gel babies here. This one is just dead if I drop... If I cut the last gel section. These 2... If the briar... Because briar does grow over water. If the briar hits this or this, I am already dead, because... is that true? No, these are trapdoors over pit. Okay. So I don't have to care about those at all, and I will hit a conquer token on the way out anyway. So as long as I can get out, in which case... Let's drop that one. Give me one more turn of safety. Yeah, because they could have put it on water, but they didn't. So I don't actually have to kill any of these. I can just wait for the gel, or for the tar to... Let's try that again. I can wait for the briar to grow over everything. So this is very similar to that other room that we did then. But there's probably more to it. I can't actually remove you. Okay, but if I do this... Fine. That's a problem. Also, this needs to be cuttable at the end of this. Which I have a tar switch, so it will be. Okay. Well, let's just try the same solution we did with the other one, which I think was this. Alright, no, we don't go around that way. And then from here, we're no longer being blocked. And we have internal access. So now, the question is, how do we get the room? Like, what's the extra complication? I think the extra complication, I guess we're just doing the symmetrical solution again. The extra complication here is that I need to make it to the exit before it gets overgrown. Which means I cut this last and just make a run for it, I think. I think that'll be fine. Okay, we hit the conquer token. And we had enough time. Okay. Because we touched a conquer token, our score doesn't matter at this point, so we can just wait for this to clear everything out. 2 more.
Clear.
Alright. Interesting. Not really any more complicated than this, honestly. This one had the extra complication of having to hit the token a second time to stop yourself from getting flooded. And this one was just making sure you cut the last bit of tar at the end. Honestly, it's not a very hard room. Any other secrets? If there's a secret back here, I wouldn't be able to get it anymore. That's not a way out. Most of this level is just water. There's no access to the north there. And nothing there. Okay. So we still have to do that exit room. Little exit puzzle, shouldn't be too bad. Definitely not the worst gel that I've ever had to deal with. Okay. The blue door's down, I can get the potion, and from here... I just have to cut everything. I guess we don't have to clean all this up. We do have to be mindful of the fact that we will have to fight whatever the mimic doesn't clear. Which is fine. Let's cut this one first. And that way, when we do that, we have our sword in a decent orientation. And we don't even have to kill all of these. But we're not getting a high score on this room at this point anyway, so we might as well. Alright, so that was Rasarus Archipelago and Gel. And we'll be onward to the next level next time. I will see you then.